All Progressive Congress have placed an embargo on sectional and unauthorized meetings within the party by aspirants or their allies ahead of November 16th local government elections in Ogun State. This is contained in a statement in Abeokuta by APC chairman Yemi Sanusi. Sanusi said unless and until the party announced or called for meetings, any persons organizing or attending meetings concerning the coming elections did so at his own peril.
Is this a form of internal control, or the party is trying to be autocratic at the level, or the governor through the chairman is speaking so that they won't overheat the system? But if you look at it also from the other point of view, it's not too good to even overheat the system. Exactly. It's like when the game, or when they have not signaled the start of the race by the gun, there's no need to jump the gun. I know once you jump gun, it's an offense, you get automatically disqualified. So what the party is doing is to forestall some kind of party discipline. I know once there is that internal discipline, that means the party has a direction. So if you look at it from the rational point of view, there's a clear-cut direction by the leadership of the party to bring everybody under some form of control in order not to overheat the system and the polity. It's a good one for me.
Okay, but we usually have these notices already unofficially. But when it comes to the position, when it comes to the part where it has to be publicized, do you think that there might be something that cannot be controlled? Because in as much as we know in parties, there are always those caveats that please, what we said here should not be taken outside. After this meeting, no other meetings should hold apart from when the leader calls the meetings. But when it gets to escape to the pages of the newspaper, and I mean, with sanctions being placed if it happens, I mean, there should be a fish smelling somewhere.
For me, if you really want to play or to be in the game, you must play by the rules. So the party, they have put their own rules and regulation. It's either you ship in or you ship out. If it's not convenient for you, you look for another party. So whether you like it or not, there must be that internal discipline. And once internal discipline is in place, there's a proper or right foundation. That's my humble submission. Because if you take a closer look at it in a place where there's no order, where there's no discipline, anarchy, chaos becomes the order of the day. Before you know what's happening, it becomes subject to litigation with various court orders from even court of coordinate jurisdiction.
Yes, but I still see it from the aspect of, I mean, there must be some personalities, some stakeholders that have discordant tunes that wants to sit and discuss this, but these meetings were not allowed. There might be some other players in the party that have that disagree with some statements, that disagree with some policies of the party, and they are hoping that there should be a conference for them to be able to talk things out, but it is not allowed. I sense a dictatorial stance in being able to muzzle, not actually discipline, but muzzle the members of the APC in Ogun State from meeting, and perhaps if those meetings occur, it might give room for discontented people to air their opinions and might even lead to a split in the party. Do you think there's something fishy going on?
For me, I'm not smelling the rat. Well, I'm not smelling the rat, but if there is something fishy in the days to come, it will definitely come up. You cannot shut people up completely.
Exactly.
If this is a caveat or it's a dictatorial tendency, in the days to come, some people might speak from their anonymous point of view and we'll get to know the truth. That's my...
because, it's an APC state. It's an APC state. Why should an APC state... And I have been following up political news. This is the first time I'm seeing a political party ban meetings, internal meetings, expressly enforcing it on national newspapers and saying that you do not do this. I sense and I feel that there might be, my opinion does not matter at this point, but I think that there might be a discordant tune, there might be a schism that might be coming up that they are trying as much as possible to cover up for. being that they want to present themselves in a full package before the local government elections. But maybe the chairman of the party in the state has a different candidate from the people, the ones that the people want. And if the people gather, they will have to reshuffle those candidates before the local government elections.
Well, for me, these are mere assumptions.
Okay.
Until those involved, the dramatic persons and the stakeholders who has contrary views and opinion, until they speak out, that's when we will know whether there are oppositions or there are disconcerting views. Otherwise, let's just look at it from the surface and prima facie level that it's an internal control, an internal disciplinary mechanism. Because if you look at it, the party, our greatest challenge has been party discipline. So if you take hold of it, they are laying a proper foundation for the party to do very well at the main election. But let's still keep our fingers crossed. In the days to come, there might be some dissenting views and opinion, either from straightforward or anonymous point of view. The truth will come out.
Our democracy is based on freedom of speech and expression. Does party discipline has to be at the expense of being able to express their own their views? Should it be? This now, let's leave Ogun State. Let's put it out in the playing field.
Okay.
It should party discipline override and overrule personal expressions of opinion, personal expressions of doubt, personal expressions of their own thoughts? Should it be that because the party supersedes, the party should be able to muzzle and dictatorially stop anybody from even airing an opinion, even having a meeting concerning their own political future?
First, for you to join a political party, I believe there are terms and conditions, or there are constitutions of the party, there are standing orders, there are laws that governs the party.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is one of them. If it's not one of them, if they are just bringing it because of the local government election, then they expand it and look at it. Otherwise, for me at this point, let's just let the sleeping dog lie. Look at Ogun State critically. If there are dissenting opinion and voices, then we start. But on the contrary, also, for you to be in an organization, you must have that first freedom of association, freedom of speech, and freedom of movement. But also know that most of these laws, or if not all, they have certain laws guiding it, like the freedom of speech, there is law of slander and libel. If freedom of association, law of unlawful gathering. So that these things do not get to a stage where they will be abused. But in Ogun State for now, let's wait if people will speak. But in a party is supposed to be a place where everybody should be able to air their view concerning the issues on ground or whatever they are discussing at that point. So let's just wait and look at it from that point of view. But in all, or in every sense of humility, democracy itself, it's supposed to be presence of opposition. And opposition should be constructive and viable, not destructive opposition. There are some oppositions that will make leaders sit up. There are some oppositions that will make a leader think outside the box and become very proactive so that you don't get opposed by these people. It puts leaders on their toes. Opposition and dissenting voices, but it shouldn't be something that will be abused. It shouldn't be something that will be blown out of proportion. A matter that should be handled like a family matter, you go on air and blow it out of proportion. For every political situation, first and foremost, is supposed to have a political means, a political mechanism of settling it. Then if it doesn't work, they might go into robust litigation.
Okay, you see in the PDP presently, there is that dissenting voice, which is not criminal. It's not against the principle of the party, but at the same time, it's a dissenting voice. The G5, they are still existing, and their voice is still heard. And the leader of the G5, Mr. Nyesom Wike, he's still piping hot. He's daring the party to listen to Edwin Clark if they want to. And Edwin Clark, he has challenged him that you are not a member of the party. What party do you belong to tell my party to discipline me? And what was the reasons for his dissenting opinion? The Southern candidate was supposed to come according to our agreement. But because of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, you are able to bend the rule, and I have decided to support a Southern candidate that eventually won, and I am in his cabinet. Why should I be punished for respecting what the party was supposed to do? That's an example of a dissenting voice. Do you think that if the PDP wanted to do exactly what the APC is doing in Ogun State now, that the G5 will still be existing?
Within every system, you cannot rule out the absence of pressure groups. And pressure groups, their major aim, or the aims of every pressure group, is selfish. Just to satisfy that desire that this is what we want, this is what we feel that is right at every point in time. But if you look at the case of PDP, PDP's problem, for me, they are architects of their misfortune, whatever that is happening within the party. And a house divided against itself can never stand. Politics and political party, I tell people, is an all-comer affair. You don't sideline people, you don't shut down people's voices. What happened in the PDP in last year's general election, I think, is an eye-opener for every political party, especially those in opposition, not to go into election with so much arrogance